In the Bhagavad Gita, I made this connection when I was preparing for this podcast. I was reading the whole story about how is it Krishna?
Krishna
Puts
Arjun.
a fucking drug in his eyes
Arjun
to make him see
his final form or his universal form.
I fucking saw that. I was
that.
like, oh
It's the soma.
my god,
it's the soma. That's what it is. It's the equivalent of the Greek kukion. It's a psychedelic drink, and yeah.
But it says they literally put it in his eyes so that he can see.
So he can see. Isn't that awesome?
Dude, that's incredible.
They were saying that the Indo-European word "gehu," which means to like pour or libate, is where we get the word God from. The English word for God comes from an Indo-European word that's also cognate with kaikion and soma and haoma. So drugs, the ancient word for drugs, the ancient drugs, I should say, are all cognate with each other, where it goes back to Indo-European word gehu. That word gehu is cognate with the word God in English. So it's like, I can actually show you this. If you look up Indo-European vocabulary.
Look at all those fucking elephants, dude.
It's amazing, dude. That's amazing. And by the way, the Indians are Indo-Europeans, their language.
And I think the Islamists came in and tried to destroy all this stuff.
They did. Indo-European vocabulary. Yeah, right there. All right. Now, can you do a word search for... Do a word search.
I wonder if there's like there you go.
No. That, I know it's in that one. That's why I said
in the wiki.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you do a word search, type in the word libate. L-I-B-A-T-E. All right. See? Look at this. Okay. This is going to be crazy.
To pour or invoke.
Now look on the right. It's cognate with homa, the oblation of a Vedic ritual. That's the drug. Soma. That's what it's called. Or it's called homa.
Whoa.
So the word God, if you go up just a little bit, so you can see the top where it says, go up a little.
English, God.
Yeah. So you see Indo-European, gehu, English, God, Latin, I don't know where fundu comes from, but these people know. And then in Sanskrit, homa. So this drug.
What is homa?
That's the soma drink. Oh. That's the drink that makes you see the gods.
Holy shit.
So our word for God has a cognate with the drugs that Krishna is using.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy, dude.
So that the word God's connected to drugs.
Yes, I think it is. Dude, after literally falling down this rabbit hole with you and Aman like a couple months ago, what makes the most sense to me, the easiest way for me to understand this is that these ancient people were taking drugs and it showed them the fucking fabric of the universe.
Yeah.
And they thought that was God.
Well, as I've mentioned many times before, I've had a lot of experiences with DMT, and those experiences with DMT has me convinced that our religion comes from psychedelic experiences.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened, how they got away from that stuff. A lot of primary sources reflect it. You know, you have sources of the Hebrew Levites smoking cannabis in the holy of holies, or hotboxing it, like lighting it on an altar, letting the whole thing get filled with smoke, and it's the aroma of God. You have the kaikion in Greece, drinking the wine mixed with the ergot.
Yeah.
You have the soma. You have the haoma in Persia. You have all these different types of psychedelics, and they're all connected to these major priesthoods. Then you have a Eucharist in Christianity, and then all of a sudden, drugs are gone. So it's like, what
was the theriac? That was like a bunch of snake venoms.
The theriac was
viper venoms.
Was a Roman era drug mixed with venoms. Yeah, that's what Galen.
There was a ton of shit. Can you find the ingredients list?
I don't know if we know it all, but you can look it up. Yeah.
Type in the ingredients list for the theriac. I think it was like 12 different North African viper venoms.
Oh, they do know it. I didn't know they knew it. I thought it was a mystery.
Here we go. According to commentary on Exodus, Kitisa, the Spanish scholar Moses Ben Nachman lists the ingredients of the theriac: leaven, honey, flesh of wild beasts and reptiles, dried scorpion, and viper. Oh, it was flesh of viper.
Dried scorpion. What the hell? And I know that dried scorpion is a psychedelic.
Oh, here
I found that out.
They got a bunch of roots.
Really?
I thought
Roots.
Aman said they had a bunch of
roots. Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop right there. That's where you get DMT from extracting from roots.
Is it a specific root?
It's almost every root has some sort of DMT in it. Every single kind of root. So Mimosa hostilis root bark.
Cinnamon.
So Mimosa hostilis root bark and Acacia confusia root bark have the highest levels of DMT.
Right.
But it's said that every kind of root bark has some little bit of DMT in it. So those can all have DMT in it, just a little bit amounts of it.
Right. Didn't almond also say there was like bodily fluids mixed in there?
Yeah.
Flowers.
Fruits and seeds. Oh, by the way, you have to add as what's called Syrian rue seeds to your acacia root bark to convert it from DMT to ayahuasca because it's an MAO inhibitor.
Right.
So those seeds might be MAO inhibitors.
How did they figure that shit out, dude?
But if I had to guess, that's what's going on. You have the seeds, you have the MAO inhibitors, you have the DMT roots, and you have all these other types of stuff mixing up with this, making this super magic potion to meet the gods with.
Good God, that's a ton of ingredients.
I know, it's nuts, dude. It's nuts.
That's
I
more
wonder
than
if
what's in your-
anyone's tried to recreate it like in modern times.
I want to.
Like I want to see. I
Want to do it when I come down here?
Yeah, I want like some sort of like pharmacologist chemist.
Yeah, I would need some help
to
with
try
that.
to try to do this shit and try to make it. I don't know if it'd be ethical. If you really took
It's
almond,
easy to make DMT,
If
though.
you took almonds, literally,
Anyone can make DMT. It's super easy.
DMT. Super easy. to
So
make?
easy to do. You just get acacia confused root bark or mimosa hostilis root bark. It's legal because you can use it as dye, purple dye. Purple dye. I'm not kidding. You can use it as purple dye. I've done it before. Isn't that mind blowing? This is why I take almond seriously sometimes because you can.
Sometimes.
Dude, he's right. You know what I mean? Okay, you can use that purple dye and it's legal for that.
Yeah.
But if you don't use it as purple dye, you can add it to hot boiled water, and you'll see the layers mix up together. You got to add caustic soda. You got to mix it up with caustic soda, get it real hot, and then the layers start to separate. Shake it up real good. Probably let it sit for a day in a hot bath. The next day, you add the naphtha. Naphtha's in the Bible too. Anyways, naphtha's in the Bible. So you add it with the naphtha. Then you see a thin layer on top that's clear and a big thick purple layer on the bottom. You extract the thin clear layer with a pipette, something you extract it with. Get a little Pyrex. This is how easy it is. I'm almost done. You get a little Pyrex dish, a glass Pyrex dish, squirt the extraction in there, put it in the freezer overnight. The next day, when you take it out of the freezer, you'll see all the DMT crystals on the bottom.
Really?
Naphtha does not freeze. So you dump the naphtha out, put it back in your dish or whatever. You can reuse naphtha like 7 times. And then you dry out those crystals and it's pure DMT.
Wow.
It's that easy. It's
You
that
you
easy.
smoke it. It's the best way to do it.
Smoke it. Yeah. You have to vaporize it.
Right.
So
You get fucking.
I just taught your audience how to make DMT.
You go to heaven for 9,
I have.
9, 10
I
minutes.
have experiences that I won't even do justice to try to talk about it. It's only just it's life changing.
I told you about that.
Like
dude
you go
who came
into
on the
different
podcast.
places and come back. You literally are gone and come back.
I told you about that.
Especially
dude.
if you close your eyes and do it.
Really?
I used to take a beanie, just put it over my eyes when I did it, because when your eyes are closed, you go into your head, and you could just drift off into outer space. When your eyes are open, you're focusing on your environment, and then you're not focused on. You want to meditate. You want to be like sitting there like this. That's why I just put a beanie over my head, and any distraction. I'll even put earplugs in because any sounds from the outside will wake you up.